Welcome to the Sunday Gardener, and we're indoors. This is because I'm going to pot on a chilli seedling, and I'm going to demonstrate what to do with a weedy seedling, how to cure it. And we're indoors because it's a chilli plant, and chilli plants really need warm temperatures. So you need to keep them cosseted indoors in the warm until late spring and the temperatures have climbed. And then even on a night, if it's cool, you'll need to bring it into a greenhouse or into a sheltered area. So this is not really about chilies, it's about weedy seedlings. This is a chilli seedling which I germinated a few weeks ago on the windowsill, and you can see it's looking pretty floppy, pretty weedy. The thing about all seedlings grown on windowsills is that they have a tendency to be leggy, to be weedy, and this is because the light level is low, so they don't grow as sturdily as well as they would in good light, and they elongate towards the light. So even if you keep turning the pot, you tend to get a seedling which doesn't have that lovely straight stem, but is a bit like this. Now with some seedlings, this is easily cured, and we're just going to have a look in close up at the actual roots on the chilli, because they're interesting and they're very much like tomato plant roots to look at. So here in close-up is the chilli roots, and you can see how they've got little roots coming out. That in form is very similar to a tomato plant seedling, and the reason I mention them is that if you have a weedy tomato seedling and a weedy chilli seedling, you can do this treatment to both of them and it will cure it and help you get a sturdy plant. I'm going to do this in close-up because that way you can see exactly what I'm going to do. So here is a pot ready prepared. You'll notice it's only a little bit bigger than the pot that the seedling is in. With all potting on of seedlings, it's important to gradually go into a bigger pot. If you take a small seedling and put it in a big pot, it won't thrive. So we've got it in a little pot, and what I've done, and just to emphasize it, is I'm making a hole very deep down, right down to almost the bottom of the pot there. What we need to do is very, very gently ease this seedling with its root out of the pot, and what we need to do is repot it deeply into this new pot. So you can see that I've buried a lot of the floppy stem in the bottom of the pot, and there's just this bit protruding, and what will happen below there, just as it does on a tomato plant, is it will form little roots coming off, so it will have a much sturdier root than it would have had if we'd planted it at soil level. So it looks a little bit fragile now, but by sinking the stem down, roots will form up the stem and you'll have a sturdier plant. And remember, you can do this with tomato seedlings at weedy as well, and this will make a really good chilli plant. So if you've got a weedy seedling, simple cure. Repot the seedling deeper and it will thrive. Do this with chilies, do this with tomatoes. Don't do it with cucumbers or courgettes because both have a tendency to rot on the stem, and if you sink it deeper then you will almost certainly cause it to rot and die. But absolutely great solution for tomatoes and chilies. And there you go, this will be a lovely sturdy plant and produce lots of chilies come the summer.